Hello everyone, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
So how was the exam, everyone?
Pretty good, sir.
Nice.
What do you feel about the difficulty level?
We finished it in 3 hours. Max was a little bit hard for me, otherwise good.
Yes, I completed the paper, I guess, within 2.5 hours.
Or the complete 4 subjects, right?
Yes, complete 4 subjects.
And what about the stats one part?
It was pretty good. So I made a plan like which subject would I go first. So I went with English first, and I think I completed that subject in half an hour and so. Next, I did the maths part, and then I did the statistics. At the last, I did the computation. Altogether, all was completed within 2.5 hours.
Okay, great.
So,
Yeah.
there was a question where we were asked to choose a correct option from a number of options, and there was this question about different positions in soccer and if they were in ordinal. Now, if we are faced with questions like I personally do not know much about soccer, so I don't know what a defender is or the other positions are. So, in that case, how would we deal with the question?
Okay, I will come to that. We will discuss like each and every question starting from the first.
Okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
so there was an option that blood group is a nominal. So I take that. It is right, sir.
Yeah, blood group is nominal. Okay, so we will start. Let me share the screen.
I have given none of the above. Is it right, or the cricket?
Yes. The question was is ball faced by a batsman is a ordinal or not, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You all can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the first question. Okay, so in general we had 2
of the
sets.
question?
Can you repeat?
Sir, can you please send the PDF of the question in the group?
It will be shared with you all.
Okay.
So with all the answer keys, it will be shared. Okay, so there were actually 2 sets. So some of you might have different values or a bit different statements, but the context was more or less same. So I will be discussing this set for now. Okay, so this was the first question. Were you able to do it, or you guys faced difficulty in this?
No, sir. It is
Easy
right. Good, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so in general, there was a survey to rate the tiffin services, and the main focus was only on the final year students, right?
Sir, in my question, that was first year students.
First year, okay. So the population would be only those students on which your main focus is on. So it was final year or first year, depending on your set, right? And your sample would be the 100 final year students selected randomly, right?
Yes, sir.
And
So,
that was also 200 in my question, sir.
yeah. So the second set, it was our main focus was on to rate the tiffin services offered to the first year students, right? So our population would be all the first year students, and sample is the students which we randomly selected for the set, right? Which is 200 first year students. Moving forward, this question.
Got it right, sir.
Right.
Got it.
But
Okay, so those who didn't get it, so you know that mean of x is 30, right? And mean.
Yes.
So here the main testing was of how much you are aware of effect of multiplication, addition on the mean. So let's say the modified marks are y, then your mean of y would be nothing but 2 times mean of x, right? Plus 5 divided by 5. So it was 60 plus 5 by 5, which is 30, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And for population standard deviation, so population standard deviation, you must know that addition does not make any effect on standard deviation or variance, right? Only
Yes,
effect is of multiplication and division. So it would be 2 by 5 times 5, which is 2, right?
Yeah.
Is it clear or any doubt in
No,
first
sir.
3 questions?
Clear, sir.
Sir, a standard deviation will have you last, please repeat, sir, last.
Standard deviation. Okay. So in general, you might know about the variance term, right? If
Yes, sir.
variance of x is, let's say, 5, then variance of 2x would be 2 squared times 5, right?
Yes, sir. Right.
Yeah.
In that case, standard deviation would be
Root of 2 square into 5.
which is 2 root 5, right?
Right, sir.
Yes.
That is nothing but 2 times the standard deviation, old standard deviation, right?
Yes.
So in case of standard deviation, you need not to square, you can just simply multiply and divide by the exact number. So standard deviation of modified marks, which is would be standard deviation of 2x by 5, right? Which is 2 by 5, and standard deviation of x is 5 given to you. So which is 2. Is it clear or
Clear, sir. Clear.
Yes, sir.
Sir, in the last line you written there 2 by 5 into 5.
Yeah.
Then from here come 2 by 5, sir.
Okay. Things we can do a bit step by step. Okay. So you know that standard deviation is 5, right? Population standard deviation. So population standard deviation of x, it is given to you as 5. Okay. Then, but would the population variance? It would be 5 squared, right? Which is 25.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now addition won't have any effect on the variance, right?
Yes, sir.
So population variance of 2x plus 5 whole upon 5. What will be the population variance of this term? It
Then,
would be,
sir,
yeah, what will it be?
2 into 5 plus 5 upon 5, sir.
No, the variance effect we are computing. The variance don't get affected by this addition part, right?
Okay, sir.
Addition part won't have any effect. And it is generally nothing but population variance of 2x by 5, right?
Okay, sir.
So constant here is 2 by 5. So it would be 2 by 5 whole squared upon into the variance of x, right?
Yes, sir. Old variance, sir.
So it would become 4 by 25 into 25. So your variance of modified marks comes out to be 4, right?
Then the square root of 4 is equal to 2, sir. Okay, sir.
You have to find standard deviation, which is nothing but under root of 4, right?
Thank you.
And we will consider only the positive values. Variance and standard deviation are always greater than or equal to 0. Right? Is this any doubt in first 3 questions anyone till now?
No, sir.
Okay. Moving forward. Okay. So this question, were you able to do it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I have a doubt, sir.
In which question?
So, I just want to know. So, the aggregate, what does it mean? Like a total of the two things?
Total.
Okay.
Aggregate is a total.
So total what? Like total percentage?
Total of
Distribution of
biology and maths.
marks is mentioned. Total distribution of marks only.
It just percent of total like maths and biology, right, sir?
Okay, so
Math.
we just find the how much was physics and how much was biology, and then we just sum it up, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So here it was total is of 200 marks, and you have to find aggregate distribution of maths and biology in this set, right? So maths is 18% of 200.
Yeah.
Which is nothing but 36 marks, right? And biology is 10% of 200.
20, sir.
Is 20. So aggregate would be 36 plus 20, right? Just 56.
Sir, I think some question data was different in mine when I think total was 300 and physics and biology were asking.
So maybe you got the set 2, I guess.
Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
yes, 300 marks and physics and biology. So here answer is 135. Okay. So clear till fourth question?
Yeah, yes, sir. We can move on.
Okay, so question number 5, choose the correct statements. So pie chart is this pie chart is not misleading, as area principle is followed. Like for 35%, we are only covering 35% of the structure, and 10%, 12%, so on, right?
Yes, sir.
Then the pie chart does not have any round off error, because if you add it up, it will total to 100% only. So round off error is when there is more than 100 or less than 100% only, right?
Yes.
So pie chart is not a misleading graph. So option C is correct. And option D, we have also verified that it adds up to 100%, right?
Yes, sir.
So moving further, the data of all. So in this question, you have to compute the correlation coefficient, right? So
What is the answer in this question, sir?
it's 0.82.
Point? I got it wrong little bit.
Okay, so I think it would be. Were you guys asked to compute till 2 decimal or 3 decimal?
2 decimal I.
Sir, mine was coming, sir, actually 0.79.
0.79.
Actually,
Okay.
I got like calculation mistake because I was doing statistics in last, so that's why.
Okay.
Sir, will it going to be considered, sir, 0.79?
0.7. Okay, let me just check. 0.79, right?
Yes, sir. So let's just do the range. So the correct is considered as the
Sir, your screen is not showing us to us.
7. Can you repeat? Okay. So I will. Okay, we will check the range. I think it most probably it should be 0.77 to 0.87. Most probably it should be this. Okay. We will look into it. But you all know how to compute the correlation coefficient.
Yes, sir.
And so first, you need to compute the either sample or population covariance, right? So you can do it both way. So compute the covariance between hours of sunshine, let it be X, and let ice cream sales be Y. So either compute sample covariance of X and Y, then sample standard deviation of X or sample standard deviation of Y. Or you can also do the same with the population, compute the population covariance of X and Y, population standard deviation of X and population standard deviation of Y. Then you know that correlation would be covariance between the two divided by the standard deviation of each, right? So remember, either use all three population or all three samples, right?
Yes.
For the till question
So
number 6.
can you just show the shed 2 answers, what the 6 number answer is coming, 6 number question?
It's the same data set.
The same? Okay.
The same data set. Okay, moving forward to question number 7. So, yeah, but any doubt in this question, or you was able to identify the correct ones?
In option C, I think it's based on the position of the player, kind of.
Yeah, okay. So
Option
see,
C.
okay. So it is only talking about some positions, right? What positions you are playing in a sports. So generally, if you can in the soccer, so defenders like stay in the backward, then midfielders over here, then forward over here. So these are just the position of them playing. You cannot order them. There is no point we can say that player playing at this position is greater than players playing at this position, right? Or this position is greater than this position in some sense, right? It's just different playing positions, like where are you placed in the field, right?
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing, but still I had a dual mindset. Like it might be possible that they are ordering based on the position where they stand. So I just opted for option B and let's see.
No, but you cannot tell that defender is great.
Yes.
The player playing at this position, right?
Yeah.
There is no way to say that defender is greater than midfield. These are just playing positions. Like
Yes.
in every sport, there are some positions. So those who are not aware of soccer position, and someone mentioned it. So this is the way you can think of it. There's some sports which has some positions of playing. But in general, we try to generalize the questions so that the most common sports only, which we assume some are aware of. But yeah, if you are not aware of the soccer position, you can assume it to be like any sports with some different playing positions. Then answer.
Sir, or
Yeah.
is there partial marking?
Partial marking, yeah. Suppose you have ticked only option B.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you will get 1.5 marks for it. But if you have ticked any other options, suppose you have ticked B and D, then it would be 0.
Okay.
Any wrong option and it's 0.
Sir, option B is correct only. Correct statement, right, sir?
You have to identify the incorrect statements. So it's option
I
B.
have a question
So-
regarding.
So number of deliveries will be ratio scale.
Yeah, it has an absolute 0, right? If suppose there are two players A and B, player A has faced 20 deliveries, player B has faced 40 deliveries. You can say that player B has faced twice the delivery faced by player A, right?
Sir,
And also it cannot
isn't
go
it so
beyond zero.
that interval scale, every interval scale is a ratio scale, not ratio scale like that?
No, it's not like you have has an interval scale. So ratio scale has all the properties of interval scale. That's it.
Yes, sir.
So either it would be ratio or interval. So number of deliveries is ratio scale of measurement over here, not
Okay.
interval. It has an absolute 0. It cannot go beyond 0. You can perform meaningful multiplication and divisions as well.
Okay, sir.
So, no, sir, I have chosen only, I was a little bit confused between B and C. So I have chosen only C, sir.
So you will get 1.5 marks here.
Sir, this question was same in both the sets.
Okay. In second set, you have to choose the correct statements. So that would be A
I
and B.
thought I choose the correct. I read the question wrong.
No, there are two different sets. So little bit modification, not much. So here you have to choose incorrect, there you have to choose correct. So the time spent by student on this question will be more or less same, right? Okay, any doubt till question number 7, anyone?
No, sir.
Okay. This question.
Yes, sir. So much doubts in this question. How to find the relative frequency of others and number of frequencies in the other language.
So here you don't have to find the, here you have to find the maximum possible value, right? This time. You cannot find the exact value. Okay, so you know the formula for relative frequency, right? It is frequency upon total, right? So if you look at this category for which both the informations are available, frequency and relative frequency.
Yes, sir.
So using this, I can find the total, right? Relative frequency
Then
is 0.3,
sir.
27 by total. So your total number of observations would be
90, sir.
90, right?
Yes, sir.
So you got the total of students. There are total 90 students, right? Of
Yes,
which
sir.
27 belong, now speaks Vietnamese, 15 speaks Spanish, and 6 speak Arabic, right? So in total,
Yes, sir.
48 students information you have.
Yes, sir.
Remaining are 90 minus 48. 42.
Sir. Yes, sir.
42 students, right? Next
Yes,
information
sir.
which is given to you is Hindi is the only mode, right? For second set, it would be German is the only mode. Okay, so it doesn't matter, we are going with the same steps. So Hindi is the only mode of the given data set. So when would Hindi be the mode? When it has the highest frequency?
Yes, sir. Highest frequency, then it will become more.
Minimum, so either, so Hindi should have frequency of at least 28, right? Or 29 or 30.
Yes, sir. And
or
it will
31.
be 41, sir.
Maximum it can go is up to 42, right? Because maximum is 42.
German can be 0.
Yeah, so this is Hindi, this is German. So if Hindi is 28, then German would be 42 minus 28, which is 14, right?
Yes, sir.
If Hindi is 29, German would be 13,
Yes,
12,
sir.
11, so on up to 0, right?
Yes, sir.
So it is asking maximum possible value of relative frequency of German if Hindi is the only mode. So maximum value for German is 14, right?
14, yes, sir.
Now you can find the relative frequency, which would be 14 upon 90, right?
Yes, sir.
Just 0.156.
Sir, can you show me the second set question?
Second set, it's the same, but the languages are shuffled. Instead of
Then, sir,
German,
Hindi 28, sir.
okay.
Okay.
Can you repeat Hindi?
Sir, the number of students in Hindi is 28.
We don't know the exact number. Here we have to find the maximum possible value of German, right?
As sir previous data in German.
As per
data you have calculated in for German.
Yeah, so see, here we know that Hindi is the only mode. When would be the Hindi mode? When its frequency is maximum, right? Of all these.
Yes.
So till now maximum is 27, right?
Yes, sir.
So either Hindi should be greater than or equal to 28. Only then it would be mode. Right?
Then we can calculate the sir except of Hindi and add total Arabic, German, Spanish, and Vietnamese, and getting minus from 90, sir. Then you will get for Hindi.
How will be the, like we add Arabic, Spanish, and Vietnamese? Okay.
Yes.
Then
sir, Vietnamese, sir, and also German, sir.
How would we add German? We don't know the value of German and Hindi, right?
Okay, sir, as possibilities.
Yeah, we are only finding the maximum possible value. We are not finding the exact value.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here for Hindi to be more, it should be greater than or equal to 28, and max
Yes, sir.
it can be is up to 42, right?
Yes,
So if Hindi is 28, we know that German would be 14 only, because there are only
So-
42 left.
as for this possibility, the number of students in Hindi will be 28, sir.
Yeah, for German, that this is the maximum value German students can have, and this is the
Okay.
minimum value Hindi students can have, right? Is it clear, everyone, or still doubting this?
Yes, sir.
Clear, sir.
Okay. So moving forward, if the relative frequency of Germany is 0.20, then what is the median of the given data? So firstly, you need to tell me whether this language is nominal or ordinal.
Nominal.
So nominal means you cannot arrange it in ascending order, right?
Median data is for
If
this.
you cannot arrange it in ascending order, you cannot compute median. So median is not defined for the given data, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
C of German, because no. Okay. Moving forward. Okay. Any doubt in first line questions, anyone, before we proceed further?
No, sir, no doubt.
This was the most.
Sir, if possible, could you please show the calculation part of question 6?
Calculation part of question 6. Next question. The correlation thing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, we can do it, I think. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, I think we have some. Okay, I will do it in the Google site. Okay. Okay, so you all can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we had hours of sunshine, right? And ice cream sales. These were the two factors given to you, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and the respective values are 3, 4, 2. It's 3 hours, 4 hours, 2 hours, hours, and then again 3, 2, 3. 3, 2, 3. So these are the observation for hours of sunshine. And for my screen cells, it was 50, 90, 40, 70. Okay. So these were the observation given to you, right? So firstly, you can assume any of them as X, and assuming hours of sunshine as X. Okay. And ice cream sales, I am assuming as Y. Right. So you can either compute it using sample or population. Okay. So okay. So firstly, you need to find the mean of the both, right?
Yes, sir.
You need to find mean of X and you need to find mean of Y. So if you notice, there are in general 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 observations, right?
Yes,
And
sir.
this
It
is
was
7.
7.
Mean is 3. Okay.
So if you add for all the X values, it would be 21 divided by N, right? Which is 3. So mean of X comes out to be 3, right? Similarly, mean of
This
Y
would be
would
60.
be
Yes, sir.
60. So you got the mean for 2, right? So
Yes,
first,
sir.
next thing you do is you find the deviation from mean of each observation, right? Okay. And similarly, we'll do the same for Y.
Y deviation.
So it would be each observation subtracted by its mean, right? Then similarly for y, it would be each observation subtracted by its mean, right? These are the values which you will obtain, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, next thing which you can compute from here is, okay, so for covariance, you need the product of these two, right?
Yes, xi minus x
So
bar into
covariance
y.
numerator. So it would be multiplication of these two, and then we will sum it up, right? So its sum come out to be 70. So where I'm computing population covariance over here. So population covariance would be sum of this divided by n, right? Which comes out to be 10. Is it clear till this step?
Yes.
Next thing I would be needing is population standard deviation of both x and y, right? Okay. So for standard deviation, first we need to compute the variance. For variance, what you do is you square this deviations, right? Same we will do for y. It will be nothing but square of these observations. Come up to be this. So if you notice for this, the sum comes out to be 4, right? So population variance of x would be nothing but this upon number of observation, which is 7, right? Similarly, population variance of y would be, need to sum it all. So the calculation where you can also do it manually, a lot of calculation in this part. For only you need for standard deviation part, you might need the calculator, right? So sums out of 1800. So population variance of y, we did this. Now for standard deviation part, you need to square it then, right? This, then you can plug it into the formula for correlation coefficient, which would be this divided by product of these two, right? It's coming out to be 0.8249, and you can round it off to 2 decimal places, 0.82, right? So these were the steps you need to follow while calculation.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
So had it been only Google Sheet, you can directly use this formula, which is called corel. You can select your X data set and comma Y data set. You can directly get the value. This is still the same, right? Okay, so any doubt till question number 9, anyone? Was it clear?
Sir, to the last line, how you calculated the correlation?
Using formula in Google Sheet or by the steps? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Using formula or by the manual steps? So what's your doubt in this exactly?
He must have asking about the formula, sir. Population covariance by divided by population standard deviation x and into population standard deviation y. Yeah. So yeah, this was the formula we used. So it's written over here as well. So either use all 3 samples or all 3 populations. So now we did using population covariance, population standard deviation of x and y. You can also do the same by sample covariance and sample standard deviation of each. You will get the same answer. Okay, moving forward to question number 10. Okay, so this was a box plot given. You all know how to read the box plot, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
And you also know what is the interquartile range. It is Q3 minus Q1, right?
Yes.
So what is Q3 over here?
14.
14
14,
minus
sir.
5.
So
14
it
minus
is
5.
minimum value. It is Q1. If you notice this black line over here in between, can you see at 8?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
that is Q2 or median. Okay. Then it is Q3, and then this is maximum value, right?
Correct, sir.
Okay. So in Q3 is you are 14. Q1 is, if you see, it's between 4 and 6, it is 5.
5, sir.
It comes out to be
9.
9. Okay.
9.
Any doubt in this, anyone?
In the set 2, the range was asking, I think.
The set 2, yeah, it's asking for range. So range would be maximum minus minimum, right? Just 18 minus 2.
Okay.
16. Okay, next question. Okay, so this was the one of our unique questions. You won't see this question in any of previous papers as well. It's the first time we inputted such question. So data of different countries is recorded in table 1. Okay, so what you guys able to do is, you know what is explanatory response variable.
Yes, sir.
TD.
Okay, so it was such similar question was in activity question. For those who don't recall this, so it was an activity question, I think 4.4 to be exact. So yeah, we had covered this concept. Okay, so here you need to check the if GDP depends on the birth rate, right? So what would be your response and explanatory variable?
GDP.
Birth rate is explanatory variable.
Okay, what is GDP? Explanatory or response variable?
Response.
Sir.
It's response, sir.
And birth rate would be explanatory, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how is it response? Because we are checking effect of some other factors on this. So our main focus is on GDP, and we are checking is birth rate affecting GDP or explaining the effect on GDP, right? So birth rate is explanatory and GDP is response. Okay? And country, it is not in our equation at all, right?
Yes, sir. It will be the case or
yeah. So which of the given options is are correct? So country is explanatory variable. No, country is not even using the equation, right? GDP is explanatory. No, GDP is response variable. So the option C is correct. Birth rate is also explanatory, right?
yes.
And if we talk about set 2, the same here. Birth rate is explanatory, and GDP is response. So 2 options are correct over there.
So quick question on the set
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
So this the country data here.
Yeah.
As we move into the next question, there is a question about whether it's a positive linear or negative linear or no relation at all.
Yeah.
So if at all we have to draw a graph of that table there, we can only draw it per country. There will be one graph per country, right? We cannot.
Graph. Yeah.
If at all we consider,
so that would be something in 3D you can do. Yeah. So, but using your main focus is only on the birth rate and GDP, right?
So the country needs to be ignored in that graph, right?
Yeah. Your main focus is only on these 2.
Okay. Okay. So the birth rate could be the explanatory variable on the x-axis.
Yeah, birth rate is
Okay.
And response is Y, right?
Okay. Thanks.
And then you can plot the graph. You will see I think actually you can see with increase in the higher the GDP is, the lower is the birth rate.
Lower is the birth rate, or in other words, as the birth rate increases, GDP comes down.
Yeah. So here is a negative association, right?
Yeah.
Lower value, higher birth rate. So you can plot it, or you can also, like, the better way is to make a scatter plot of this and get to. Any doubt till now? Or is it clear? Till question
Sir,
number 11,
Sir,
12.
sir, question number 11, sir. Country, isn't it explanatory, sir?
No, because you have to check this, right? If GDP depends on the birth rate, it is not asking about country. We are not asking if GDP depends on birth rate and country. We are only factor is birth rate. They are only checking this, right?
Yes.
That's it.
Shit, yeah.
Okay. Any doubt till question number 12, anyone? Before we move further.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Moving forward to question number 13. Okay. So scores. Okay, were you guys able to do this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, let's quickly see. The scores in the first 5 assignment are given to be this, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And the sixth one is added. Okay, in sixth she scored 51 marks. You need to find the effect on her overall performance. So let's just quickly compute for this. What is the mean of this data?
It will come 55.
So 55.
55. Okay. What is the mode of this data set?
50.
50.
50, sir.
And median?
55.
55, sir.
55. Okay, great. Okay.
After that adding 51, it is 57. Mean is 57.5.
Yeah. So after adding 6, I have arranged the data in the ascending order as well, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
65. So these are the 6 observations. So in that case, what would be your mean? In general, you don't actually need to compute because you are adding a lower observation than the mean, right? So average will definitely fall.
Decrease by default.
I don't know the exact value, but I know it will be definitely less than 55 for sure, right?
It's 51 point something, sir.
Yeah. So,
Yes, sir.
yeah, you can save your time by not computing over here. Okay. Next is the mode. So
Mode is not affected.
Mode is 50, sir.
Again 50. And next is median.
Median also.
Decrease.
Same.
So
Same,
median would be the average of
50.
third and fourth, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
51 plus.
Decrease.
Okay, I don't need to compute. I know it would be again less than 55. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the average of 51 and 55, it should be definitely less than. So none of the above over here, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Similarly for set 2, as far as I
What in the
remember,
case of set 2, sir?
yeah, that's what I'm. Okay, so here it is 56 marks. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So here, if you compute for it, okay. So here also you need to compute, and then so again the mean would be could be again 55, right? Okay. 50 plus 50 plus 5 plus 60 plus 65. So mean again is 56 over here, right?
Same for median.
Median
Previous
is,
data also the mean.
yeah, mean would be 56 over here. 56. Median is again 55 and mod is 50, right?
50.
So now
Same.
in the sixth, she scored 56 marks. So
Their
you're
median will be 55 plus 56 by 2 now.
yeah.
Then
So
it will get 55.5.
again, mean will be here 56 if you compute. So it is same. It's not increasing,
Yes, sir.
right? Not increasing. Same.
Yes, sir.
Then mod is again 50. It is same, not increasing, right?
Yes, sir. But median will be increased.
Yeah,
by
median is the average of 55 and 56, which is 55.5. So median.
Yes.
Okay. Any doubt till question number 13, anyone?
No, sir. No.
Okay, moving forward to question number 14. Which of the following statement is okay? In one it is correct and other is incorrect. Okay. So blood group of a person is a nominal variable, right? You cannot say that A positive is greater than blood group A or B, right? You cannot order those blood groups. So this is the correct statement, right? And next is recording the price of Bitcoin every hour for 3 days. So is it a time series data or cross-sectional one?
Time series.
And because they're recording the same thing at regular interval of time, right?
Yes.
This statement is also correct.
Correct.
Next, the inventory of all ice cream in stock at different ice cream parlor at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, at a fixed time, we are looking at the stocks at different places. That is cross-sectional.
Cross-sectional.
Jersey number of cricket player is it a numerical variable?
No.
It is also nominal, right?
Yes, sir.
Nominal. So this one is incorrect. So in this set, the answer would be option D. Right? While in set 2, you need to identify the correct one. So here recording the price of Bitcoin, we know it is time series data, not cross-sectional, right? Blood group is nominal variable, right? Inventory of stocks, we know it is cross-sectional and not time series data. In Jersey number, we know that it is nominal, not numeric, right? So in that case of set 2, it would be option B. Any doubt till in first 14 questions? Anyone? Nothing about that set. Any doubt in all the questions?
Sir, could you show answer for question number 3 in set 1?
Question number.
I joined late. Yes.
Question number 3, it is 2. So here you know the population standard deviation, right?
Yes. Sir.
The population standard deviation is given to be 5, right?
Yes, sir. Yes. I just wanted to cross-check the answer. Thank you, sir.
Okay, you were able to do it, right?
Here,
Okay,
here is 50 is frequency. Like out of 50, this one. So is this frequency?
No, out of 50, it means the exam was of 15 marks. So it is not of that much importance. It is just to make the context of story. Okay. So out of 15 marks, average was 30, something like that. Any doubt in this complete paper? I think we have discussed solutions.
Sir, can you please explain how to do the HD thing? I was not here. I joined a few minutes back. So
which
can
question?
you please explain this question? The mean and population standard deviation of marks. Mean thing I did, but the standard deviation thing I didn't get it how to do. Can you please explain?
Okay, so what is the effect of addition on population on variance on standard deviation?
Nothing. Multiplication and division does affect.
Okay, you know this, right? So here you know that population standard deviation is 5, right?
Yes.
And then you know that population I could have okay, so see, population standard deviation is 5, right?
Yes, sir.
And population standard, then population variance should be square of this, right? Which is 25.
Yes, square of the sigma square.
Now I need to find the population variance of 2x plus 5 whole divided by 5, right?
Okay.
2x, which in other terms, if I take the denominator separately, it would be this, right?
Yes, right.
And plus 1 won't affect my variance or standard deviation in any sense. So in general, I need to find population variance of 2 by 5 times x, right?
Yes, addition doesn't matter any matter. Okay.
It would be squared because you have multiply by a constant and the variance becomes squared times constant of the variable, right? So from here we computed the population variance. Standard deviation would be nothing but square root of this. And we know that variance and standard deviation are always greater than or equal to 0. So you only consider the plus 2 part.
Plus.
Minus 2 is not possible.
Okay. That's the important. 2x by 5 plus 1. If I did this thing, then I am able to do that. But I could not break this thing. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Anyone?
Sir,
Any
are
doubt?
there only 50? I mean, are there only 14 questions or 15?
There were only 14 questions.
Okay.
That's the only paper. Okay. Okay.
How much minimum marks is needed to pass this data science statistics?
40%. So 40% of 50 to 20 marks.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, I had a question in 14th question was different from set 1 and set 2. So there was one option which asked that means like taking the record of a cricket player, score runs scored by a cricket player. This interval comes under interval scale. I had that question.
It's number of deliveries faced by. Yeah, this question. This one, right?
Yes, the number of deliveries faced by. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So it is a ratio scale now.
Yeah, it is a ratio scale.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
I did that mistake. I thought
Yes,
I thought it's an interval because the delivers how could be 0, but he has to face delivery, right?
No, 0 deliveries means he hasn't faced any delivery yet. If a batsman comes on to the crease, like new batsman comes, the number of delivery played by that batsman is 0.
My goodness, I did it mistake. I thought there is no 0.
So do you guys need this PDF, but I have written in this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Please, if possible.
Send to the group chat, please. Sir, is this mandatory to submit the graded assignment of week 5, sir?
Nothing is mandatory. It's up to you. If you are, but your scores will be considered for week 5 graded assignment if you are enrolling in this term only.
Okay, sir.
Still we are left with 15th, right?
No, this one. There were only 14 questions.
That's 14. Yeah, right. Thank you.
So, sir, it is advisable for us to submit grade 5 for now, right?
Yeah, if you are enrolling in stats from this term, it's advisable to do because your scores will be considered in case you clear and enroll for stats from this term. But if you are not enrolling at this term, then your scores won't be considered. Then again, you have to enroll in next term and appear in all that again.
Okay. All right, sir.
Please upload set 2 also, sir.
Set 2, it's the same, right? In set 2, I haven't written anything. It's writing in set 1 only. Set 2 is mostly same. The conceptual thing is same. You not need, but it's just instead of correct option, incorrect were asked. It's like that, right? Nothing was different in that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, change. We are done. You guys have doubt in any, like week 5 you have started, and this was week 5 doubts if you have any, or anything else you want to ask.
I have a quick question about the mock test.
Okay, yeah.
So I missed the deadline, and the grading document says it is considered for the CGPA, but this paper is a pass or a fail kind of a paper. So
The mock one, no, the mock one, it's considered only in the bonus marks, right? As far as I remember. Okay, let me just... So it's... Yeah, so based on your practice assignment, if the average of marks obtained in all practice assignment plus mock test, so you will get some bonus marks of 1.5. That's what it says.
Okay. Can you help me locate this document? I was trying to look, find this for a long time.
Okay, just go to course introduction. Right. Within that, you will see general instructions and important links.
Okay.
After that, you see that bold. Click here to view the document in the bold written.
Okay.
As you click it, you will look.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Anything else? Have you guys started week 5?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And
So
you
when
guys
will
know
the result will declare?
by result you will be notified. I'm not sure about the exact date. Okay, I will take some time.
Sir, I have a question
Yeah.
in week 5, tutorial 5, sir.
Okay, okay. So announcement you all may have received, right? Regarding that grading pattern for week 6. Have you all received it?
There was some.
No, sir, didn't get it. What was there?
Okay, so in week 6, if you see over here, only graded assignment part 1 is released, right?
Yes.
So you will have part 2 also, which is based on EMQ pattern. Okay. So part 1 is the regular assignments which you have, which consist of NAT, MCQ and MSQ, right? Part 2 would be EMQ based, and the weightage for it would be 80% for part 1 and 20% for part 2. Okay, so part 2 we will release by today or by tomorrow maximum, and you may get an extended deadline for this as well.
For part 2, how to submit the answers? Like I did, in week they also given in quiz 1 question. They were it was given, and I solved all the questions, but I couldn't find how to send this answers.
Okay. Let me just give me a minute. Okay, now you can see my screen. Okay, first you need to open a notepad. Okay.
Okay.
Open it, and you can also see a sample template file over here. Like for question 1,
Yes,
answer is right.
Yeah.
So let's do it. Okay. So here, suppose these are the option list, and after reading the question, okay, according to suppose question 1 answer is 2,3. Okay.
Okay.
For question 2, it's let's say option 14. Question 3. Okay, I don't know. Question 4, let's say it's 9,10. Okay.
Okay.
After it, what you need to do is you need to save this file. Okay. Saving it. Okay, so let me just name this as EMQ submission. Okay.
Okay.
After saving it, if you scroll down, here you need to select the zip, right?
Yes.
And then you need to select the only TXT file. Is a text document, right? Text.txt file only you have to select. See, EMQ submission.txt, right?
Okay.
And then you can click on, if you do a test run, it will show you the test run score. Yeah. So these are the feedbacks it is providing. Okay.
Okay.
So you need to select the zip over here, but the file you need to submit is the TXT file by entity. If I click on test run, it should show me the test run score. See, the test run score is 0. So the file format is as expected, right? Question number 1, I got 0% correct. No, 3 or 4. So that's how you can submit, right? Is it clear?
Yes, thank you.
Similarly, you will do for week 6 graded assignment. And yeah, before that, you will also have practice assignment based on EMQ. I will add it by tonight.
Will I send those week 4 they have given this E, and so will I send that now if I can?
Yeah, you can submit it anytime. Yeah, you can submit it now.
Okay.
So, and yeah, so for week 6 also there will be bonus practice assignment added based on EMQ. It will be added by tonight or by tomorrow morning. Okay. Anyone, any doubt?
Sir, could you please go to the announcements tab?
Yeah, sure. But, okay, the question paper and answer key have been released under the mock test and quiz section.
Okay, there was an announcement like just before a few minutes, right, about the file upload method that you showed.
Yeah, file upload method. There was. It must be. Yeah, there is, right.
Okay.
So it is.
For example, if I don't know the answer of question 3, then I should leave the question, write question 3 is 2 and leave the numbers, right, sir?
Yeah, it's up to you. You can leave the question 3. It's up to you if you want to do it. Okay, so within that, I think we do some where you want to, but if you zoom less it, if you do it, I think zoom, you make it a bit less, like 67%. You will see here instructions for EMQ, right?
Sir?
Now clicking on that, you will see the slides on how to answer EMQ. So these are just some sample file telling you how to input your answer at all. So these slides are explained in that video, the timestamp should mention in the announcement. Okay. Yeah. Someone asking doubt.
Yes, sir. In the test, the first question is about the questions, not questions related, but attempt to do all the questions. That.
Which question?
Sir, first question has been asked about to solve the all questions, and the options are yes and no. I have submitted yes. The questions are only. Sir, not in assignments, in the quiz one to qualify.
Sir, he was asking about the instructions, sir. First and second question.
Yeah, in that you have to select whether you are enrolled and attempting this quiz or not. It's a quiz for this subject specifically.
They are not related to marking, sir.
Yeah, it's just if you click on yes, only then your answers will be checked for that. Okay, yeah. Anyone in doubt in week 5 or qualifier paper or anything?
Yeah, excuse me. Hi, this is Kamal Singh. You were showing some eligibility criteria for the qualifier before. That includes the mock test.
No, that would be. That's the bonus marks which will be added to your final score after you clear.
But it was not for grading, right? But still.
Yeah, it's not for grading. It's just bonus marks you will get.
So if somebody attended, he will get the bonus mark. If somebody haven't attended, he will not.
The score is also here, like your average score should be greater than equal to 40. All the practice assignment and that mock scores. Right?
But was it loaded? Was that instruction sheet loaded before the mock test, or was there any email notification? Because we haven't seen that. I would have seen that. Yeah.
It's in the post instruction, right? It's already here. Everything is given in the grading pattern.
Sir, which option?
Thank you.
Which options you are selecting to give the grading for? Quiz 1 and quiz 2, sir. Because there is 2 options, sir. One is
whatever is maximum.
Like best of 2, and one is average of 2, sir.
But whichever is maximum for your score, it would be considered.
Okay, sir.
Sir.
Yeah.
If I passed on this qualifier and if I want to opt with maths, then when will be my next exam?
It will be quiz 2. I think it is scheduled. The dates will be given here. Okay, so this
July 10th, sir.
July 10th. Okay, so July 10th.
July 10th. Okay, thank you, sir.
I have one more question, sir. Let's say if I take two subjects now, then the remaining 2 subjects, which let's say I take English and stats, and then I kept aside computer and math. When I submit the quiz 2, at that time I will be considered. These subjects will be considered. What about those 2 subjects? Will I need to? Will the grading for those will still valid, like from 1 to 4 weeks? Or
no. If you enroll in next time, you need to do it all again.
All again, huh?
No, all again.
So we need to keep the pace with all the subjects to keep.
That's up to you how many courses you are enrolling in only those marks will be considered. Rest all you need to appear.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. Thank you. Close for today, or if guys still have any doubt or something.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Have a good day.